Welcome to Grandparents Teach Too, Learning Through the Seasons. Are you one of 37% of grandparents who are either raising children or helping out 3 or more times a week? Well, I am, and I'm part of a group called Grandparents Teach Too. And we have some ideas. We are mostly former teachers, retired teachers, and we have some ways in which to help you prepare children for school and also reduce your own stress. One common activity with preschool children and early elementary children is playing with Play-Doh. And we'd like to give you a recipe that you can make with your children, and it requires 1 cup of flour, 1/2 cup salt, and I'll be repeating that, 1/2 cup salt. You're going to need 1 tablespoon cream of tartar, which makes it smooth. You will need a tablespoon of cooking oil, any kind. The recipe is very forgiving, so if you have a little more, a little less, it doesn't matter. 1 cup of water, and in the water put some food coloring. And I'm not actually going to make the Play-Doh. I'll show you how to mix it, but it takes about 5 minutes of stirring on medium heat. So what you need to do is first to put the water in and the food coloring. So you're going to put 1 cup of water. As I said, the recipe is very forgiving. I usually make about 3 recipes at a time. But don't try 3 cups of water and 3 cups of this. Do it one at a time because you have to stir it well. So there's your water. And then I'm going to put in some red food coloring until I think I have enough. It's whatever you really want. Then what you want to do is put in 1 cup flour, and if you have a 1/2 cup, show children and they can fill it up, and they can put in 2 1/2 cups. 2 1/2 cups equal a whole. And if they're not real sure, you can put some water and put in 2 of the cups. And carry on a great conversation while you're doing this. Tell them what a great job they're doing. Encourage them. So there I have 1 whole cup, 2 1/2 cups. Then also they can measure out. Measuring is a great math skill. 1/2 cup of salt. Also talk about, this is not something that they're going to eat. Maybe you do a lot of cooking. Maybe you make a lot of cookies with them or sandwiches with them. And this is something they're not going to want to eat. Okay, all right. If I were doing a real recipe like cookies, that would certainly be more exact. Although my daughter says I'm not. Okay, then cream of tartar. 1 tablespoon cream of tartar. And again, this is what makes it smooth. And it's a good idea to keep this on hand. I'm sure they use cream of tartar for other things, but there we go. I've never used it for anything but Play-Doh. And then 1 tablespoon cooking oil. A bit too much, that's okay. Doesn't matter. And I have the cup of water. So 1 cup flour, 1/2 cup salt. You can see I'm watching my recipe here. 1 tablespoon cream of tartar, 1 tablespoon cooking oil, and 1 cup water with the food coloring. And I usually use red or blue. Yellow works out really great. Eventually, when the children are making their Play-Doh animals, it ends up being brown because when you mix all the Play-Doh together, it ends up looking brown. You have to get rid of it. So Normally I would cook this for about 5 minutes or so until it starts looking like Play-Doh. And then you can turn off the heat. It should be on medium heat. And kind of knead it like you would bread dough. And once it's not hot, your children can certainly help you. And it will end up looking like this. Just show you. And also remember safety procedures when you're cooking with children to make sure that the handle's away and that sort of thing. You don't want anyone getting hurt. So you can start with balls, making balls. You can show them how to do that if they're little, very little ones. Just make sure that they don't eat it or siblings don't eat it. And you can make snakes. Snakes can be turned into a lot of things. You can curl it around and round and round to make a vase or flowers. But using Play-Doh and then just things that you have in the cupboard to smash it down, or a rolling pin, or cut it, a table knife to cut it, and you're all set. And it's a great time to just talk and be quiet and be with your grandchildren after maybe they've been running around outside and they need something quiet. Just settle them down, maybe before a nap, hopefully. And just a way to kind of cool things down. It's a very simple thing to keep on hand. Keep in a bag, and you can, I've had this for 3 years and it's just fine. It doesn't mold, it stays nice and soft and gooey the way you want it to, or you can keep it in the refrigerator. So, hope you have a great time with Play-Doh, and this is a very old recipe and it's tried and true. Just remember that somebody in the family really has to be focusing on education, and that might as well be us. So here's Fran Darling behind the camera, and I'm Iris Caters, and we're a part of Grandparents Teach Too.